This episode of the Play the Game podcast is brought to you by LoneWolfPaintball.com. And when it comes to paintball, Lone Wolf is the name you can trust. They have been in the game since the very beginning as Michigan's premier field and supplier since 1987, and Lone Wolf has built a legacy of excellence, passion, and service that runs deep in the game. From their top-tier customer service to same-day shipping on all orders, Lone Wolf makes sure that you are locked and loaded with your new gear fast. No waiting around, no hassle, just the best brands in paintball delivered straight to your door. They've got it all. Markers, loaders, tanks, apparel, accessories, and more from all of your favorite brands. And whether you're just getting started in the game or gearing up for your next big event, LoneWolfPaintball.com has everything you need. Be sure to check out their YouTube channel at Lone Wolf Paintball and follow them on Instagram at Lone Wolf PB to stay up to date on all the latest gear, exclusive sales, and community content. At Play the Game Podcast, we are incredibly grateful for Lone Wolf's continued support, and we cannot wait for you to become a part of their growing community. Head on over to LoneWolfPaintball.com right now and gear up with the best in the game. PTG family, thank you so much for being here. Are you interested in getting your brand in front of the Play the Game community? We are opening up advertising opportunities on the Play the Game podcast, and if you've got a company, a product, or a brand you want to promote to our passionate and growing community, this is your chance. Please send us over a message on Instagram at Play the Game Podcast to learn how we can collaborate and help you grow your business through the PTG platform. Once again, head over to Instagram, send us a message at Play the Game Podcast, and we look forward to connecting and helping you build something truly amazing together.
What's going on, PTG Nation? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you had a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone, and we hope you're looking forward to the new year. 2026 is right around the corner. In this episode, we have LJ Parrish, who just made his move to Edmonton Impact, known for his relentless aggression and savvy play. This is an episode you guys don't want to miss. So without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game. He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
Yes. You know what it is. Another episode of PTG. This is episode number 321. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate everyone out there continually supporting the show. And we have an amazing one today. We have a straight up beast in the building, a player who's been leveling up year after year and just made one of the biggest moves in the offseason leading into 2026. He's joining us from Kalamazoo, Michigan. I know it's cold out there, and he's actually mobile right now. But he's joining me and the squad for a big shift and a big move onto Edmonton Impact. I think that's kind of breaking news. I haven't seen a post, but everybody that knows that he is on Impact, and we're excited to have him. He is making big pushes towards championship titles. That's always the goal, and excited to welcome to the show LJ Parrish. What's going on, dog?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. Good to be back.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Excited to have you back. Just for the listeners, if they're not on the YouTube, let's paint the picture of what you got going on right now. You're sitting in your car in what appears to be a massive snowstorm out there.
Yeah, out running some errands. Couldn't get them taken care of yesterday when the weather was a little bit better, but decided to snow overnight, and it's now currently a blizzard conditions in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So super fun.
Let's give the YouTube viewers a little pan of the surrounding areas.
Yeah, what do we got?
Let's see some. Oh yeah, look at that, dude.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
we dream about that in San Diego.
Dumping. Yeah. Might have to get back to the ski resort here later this evening.
Attaboy. Yeah. Snowboarding and skiing, that's good for the legs. Got to be careful out there, of course, but definitely a good workout.
Yeah, it's super fun. We love it.
Yeah, it's one of golf, paintball, snowboarding, those are my favorite sports of all time. And anytime I can do any of those 3 sports, I'm having a good time. But yeah, let's talk about how you've been, dude. Last time we had you on the show was episode number 45. So if you want to get more of a backstory on LJ, he joined us November 5th of 2020, and we dive into what you were doing at that time was with the Los Angeles Ironman And, you guys were making some big waves on that team at the time
We
as
had him
well.
on since then. Did we not have you on since then?
Oh,
No.
it's been a while.
No way, dude. I was just thinking that's actually insane. I was just thinking about when was the last time we had LJ on the show, and I remember the conversation and how much I enjoyed it. And when we got off, I was like, damn, LJ is seems like a really great dude. And I thought that was like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. You weren't on a year and a half, 2 years ago?
5 years.
Years.
No
Holy shit.
way, dude.
a
No
long time.
way.
Yeah.
Shorter than
Crazy.
that.
We just hit the 5-year mark last month of the last time that we had you on the show. But since then, you've been doing a lot in the game, bro. You've really leveled up your play style, your mental, your IQ. You've played for some of the best teams out there. And just coming off of your time with Chicago Aftershock, which is a legendary lineup with legendary ownership. And, we have a lot to talk about since the last time that you joined us. But yeah, I guess we could just kind of dive right into it. What's been some of the biggest changes for you, over the last 5 years on and off the field, and kind of what's going on in your world?
Start with paintball. I mean, moving from the Ironman, eventually moving from the Ironman to X Factor, playing with San Antonio X Factor for 2 years. That was a really good experience for me. Getting to know those guys. Ryan Brand is a great coach. Alex
Oh, yeah.
Martinez, one of the best owners in the league. I mean, dude's
Without a
all
doubt.
time. So much talent on that team. So that really taught me consistency and added a different layer to my game, more of a defensive layer, I guess you would say. And that was really positive. And ended up playing with them for 2 years. And then shortly after that 2-year mark, Aftershock came back,
Yeah.
as a team. And it was a really cool experience the last 2 years playing with Chicago Aftershock. Huge shout out to Todd Martinez, great coach, Todd Adamson, all the guys that were on the team. I played with those guys on the 2020 Ironman squad. So it was kind of
Yeah.
like a reunion of teammates. And it was just a really cool experience getting to represent Aftershock, super, super historied, storied legacy
Mhm.
team. Just really enjoyed that whole experience, hanging out with friends, trying to succeed on the field. But
Of course.
that's kind of what it's been like for the past 5 years, I would say.
Yeah. And
Nothing
we will
special.
jump into like the Aftershock timeline, but I do want to really focus on X Factor for a second, because I feel like you developed really well in that camp. You learned a lot of
Shit,
things.
I
You
lost
got
my AirPod.
Oh, I thought it was snow. It was his ear pod. All right.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
my
playing
back.
on X Factor, they have one of the deepest rosters in the league. Like you said, coaching, upper management, top tier. So what as a player did you develop as most, or what do you think that you could highlight the most as your personal development in that camp through that time, and kind of what it was like in the beginning? And then, there were so many times you guys were at the top, like fighting for a championship multiple times, and what that experience has been like.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Alex Martinez as an owner, providing all the equipment, the facilities, the opportunities for success, and Ryan Brand as a coach, very analytical coach, very detail oriented, and he's an intelligent guy. So stepping into that program from the Ironman program that I was previously involved with was a bit of a change for me. I think I was more in an attacker mentality, coming into X Factor, a little more risk. And I think being around other players that, are intelligent on the field, off the field, and with the high level of talent surrounding me allowed me to be to focus on other areas of the game that I hadn't mastered yet, such as consistency, survivability, risk management on the field, and just really understanding the appropriate times to attack and the appropriate times to maybe hold what you have, try to be in more of a controlled posture. So
Yeah.
those are some of the things that I picked up with X Factor over those 2 years. And
We got to
know.
unpack that because there's a lot there,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, and actually, it's a great question from Jay Stu in the Discord, and it pertains to this. LJ, what's a moment in your paintball career where your decision making mattered more than your mechanics, and how did that moment change the way you play now? So, I think that's a perfect question for this portion.
Yeah, I think it was in Philly. I remember the first year with X Factor. I want to say we were playing the semifinal match, and it was against Damage, I believe. And I was in the Dorito 2, Dorito 3. It was a 3-on-3, and I was Island Boy over on the Dorito side. I had
All
2
by
guys
himself.
in front of me, yeah, all by myself. 2 guys in front of me and one on the snake side, and my 2 players were on the snake side. If I made the move, which was a risk, through kind of like a kill zone, so to speak, if I made the move and survived, chances of us winning increased dramatically. But if I don't make the move and allow the other team to reposition, we would probably lose that point. And in the moment, I made the decision to risk it. And I got shot on the move, barely clipped on the move, and that cost us the point and cost us the match. And that was on me. The decision I made in that moment directly impacted the result of that match. So it was hard in the moment to make the decision, and even harder after, to swallow the reality of the situation and face my teammates afterwards, new teammates. But after that, I'll never forget Ryan Brand telling me, "I want you to take the risk. I want you to take the chance. 9 times out of 10, you're going to make that move." And this just so happened to be the one time you get shot. So
Well,
I learned a lot about risk management and when not to go, when to go, and what that looks like in that moment. Definitely catalyzed in my brain forever.
yeah, I mean, those are, I love the way Ryan Brand coaches, and to say, yeah, I want you to take the risk is really the right way to coach there. It's so much, we say it all the time on the show, it's so much harder to teach a player to be aggressive than it is to teach an aggressive player to kind of slow down. Some players just don't have that. Some players don't really understand it. Some players aren't willing to take the gamble. So in that moment, the fact that you said, I'm going to risk it to go win, that actually is the type of player that you want to work with. That's the type of player that you want to have on your team. I think much of Aftershock's success over the last 2 years in games that they did have success largely was due to your aggression and your ability to just continuously go. And if you got shut down, you would find a different way to attack, but you would still attack. It's kind of like Blake. He's not going to have a 80 to 90% success rate when he's going through the middle, bunkering 3 or 4 bodies, right? Might be 45, might be 55% success rate, but it changes the way the other team plays you 100% of the time, and so it's you just have to always deal with it. And so your style is really valuable, and the way you have matured as a player over the last couple of years, where you have like both paces, has made you incredibly lethal. So no, for any players that are listening to this, especially like up and coming kids, take the risks early in your career, make the mistakes and figure it out. Don't be afraid to take the risk. Don't be afraid to take the chance, especially if it's in practice. And I think this is another thing that I hear from players a lot. When they make mistakes in practice for making a move, their coach really grills them, wants them to play this like, picture perfect game. You're really not going to learn a lot that way. In practice, you do got to get shot. You have to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You got to try to push your boundaries of what you think you can get away with. And for every player, that's a little different. Some players are naturally very aggressive, so them pushing their boundaries is going to look different than a player maybe like myself pushing my boundaries. Everyone's different, but push your boundaries and see different things that you can get away with. And you should have that mutual understanding with your coach in practice too. So a coach that leans into that is, in my mind, a much better coach than a coach that tries to limit that.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's all about your ability to learn.
Yeah.
there are many ways to learn. Everyone learns differently, but at the end of the day, you're either going to get it right or you're going to get it wrong. And most of the time, it's going to be a mix of both, you know?
Yeah.
So getting information, experiences, to draw from, those are the most important moments, like you say, during practice, and in your early years to experience those things. Allow yourself to fail, allow yourself to you know listen to the coach, but if you have questions, you have to answer those questions. Otherwise, when you get to the other side, you're not going to know how to respond, if it does go right. So it's all valuable.
They're both so necessary. The winning and the losing are so necessary, and you need to be happy with both of them. And really deep down, with the way that you set your intention about receiving that kind of information, whether it's quote unquote good, quote unquote bad, whatever that looks like, being really open and receptive to what I'm learning in this moment. What is this moment trying to teach me, and being happy with it, because that happiness to receive bad information or good information, just all of it, will produce such a great frequency around you too, for everything to thrive off of, and I love what you said as well about when you made the move to X Factor, what changed your play style and playability obviously was yourself, but I think in a large part what also helped it is obviously the group around you and their awareness, their foresight to see what's happening around them made you able to calm down and play a much more relaxed style, right? Because what we see is, and God bless them, everyone's out there fighting for their lives out there on these paintball fields. It is not easy, but the best players in the world, they stay calm. They're calm. They're making really intelligent decisions, and they're calm under pressure. And if you have grenades going off to the left and right of you, it can definitely waver the calmness a little bit, but having a stable environment produces a much more stable player, and everyone's making really good decisions. So I appreciate what you said, and I think there's a lot of value in that for the listeners with their squads, just understanding the value in not being one of the areas of the field where a grenade goes off, where we lose a bunch of players and we really have to fight in those areas. Staying calm, being there for the big moments, and just calm under pressure allowed you to develop as a player big time through X Factor, and we all saw that.
Yeah, your environment has a tremendous influence on you and your growth and development as a person. Also, your decisions. Those are the things that shape and cultivate each individual. And cultures as well. So it was a blessing to be surrounded by so many talented players, and people that were capable that I could lean on and allow myself to be relaxed in those high value moments, those high pressure moments, and make good decisions.
Yeah, that's another important piece too. When you really trust your teammates, you tend to overextend a lot less, right? When you don't trust your teammates, you're out there like, okay, I got only a little bit of time. I got to go try to make something happen. And that's often when you make some mistakes,
Yeah,
You see
trust
that
is
a
a
lot too.
huge part. Everything is in life. I mean, it's all based on relationships with people. I mean, most things. And, trust is a huge part, and trust builds chemistry, right? If you can't trust someone, you're not going to have good chemistry. And those are things that are sometimes overlooked, especially earlier on in paintballer careers, because you're not sure if you're going to stick around where you are. Are the players that you're surrounded with, are they as involved and as dedicated as you are? Maybe, maybe not. So, but when you do find those people that you can lean on, you want to make sure, at least I personally want to make sure that I can also be leaned on when the time comes. That's part of being a good teammate. And that's what cultivates a strong environment. And, that's a responsibility that everyone has on an individual level and personal level, to uphold when you're in the professional division playing for a high level team. So X Factor definitely had all of those things, all of those components, and very fortunate to spend the time in the 2 years that I spent with them.
Yeah. No.
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised on Impact as well. And
yeah, I do as well.
Yeah. So what? It's almost New Year. It's obviously freezing. What are you doing for New Year? What's going on up there?
I don't know. We had some plans with family, but the weather's changing a little bit, and we might decide to lay low. We were gonna head up north for some snowboarding action,
There
but
we
all the
go.
snow melted
Oh,
and changed our plans, and now it's back. So
yeah.
who knows what's gonna happen, man? It's all up in the air. We should
Still a couple
recommend
days away.
paintball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like so far
Yeah.
in the future, you know?
Yeah.
So-
I mean, everyone's going to be listening to this. Who knows when they listen? But yeah, today is the 29th. We got a couple days to New Year. So
Yep.
we're right
Happy
there,
New
man.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to
out there.
everybody and
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a excellent holiday and was able to, spend time with any loved ones that you have, friends, any family, whatever it may be. I hope you got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, LJ, how was yours?
It was pretty good. I spent some time with my wife's family out of town for about a week, and then also spent some time with my family. And we had a good time. Hung out, cooked good food, listened to good music,
There we go.
laughed, made fun of each other a little bit. It was good.
I mean, that's
Sounds-
the holidays. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did.
Yes, heck yeah.
Yeah,
how-
we did the same stuff.
How were the holidays for you guys?
It was good. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go and spend Christmas Eve with my brother and his side of the family, my older brother. First time I've done that. We always host Christmas Eve. I've hosted Christmas Eve since like 2013, 14. So it's the first year
cool.
that we did not. We went 3 hours up north and went to my older brother's. And then that part of the family kind of never makes the drive down to San Diego. I host for the SoCal kind of San Diego portion of the family, but it was great. It was really good to spend time with them and be up there. And then Christmas Day we went to my girlfriend's parents' house, and it's always a good time with them. So that was a lot of smiling, laughing, making fun of each other. Good food, had some prime rib. It was a good time. Good time.
Nice.
I love
Good. How
that.
about you, T?
Yep. Just held it down at the fort here in AZ. Had the family come over and celebrated with everybody at our house. We hosted, and it was a lot of fun. The kids were just rioting. They're still rioting. They had one of their buddies sleep over last night. I'm like, yo, you guys got to get off the internet. I'm about to do a show. So they took off outside to go ride their bikes and run around the neighborhood. They've got, some little friend crews that they all meet up and, run around the neighborhood. So it's really cool to see that still alive, where I remember running around the neighborhood with my buddies. And I'm glad that, I hope they get in a little bit of trouble and have some fun, and obviously not too much, but I want them to be outside. The screens are everywhere you look, and they're so captivating. And my kids play video games too, but I really appreciate that they're running around. And Max got a new bike for Christmas, so he's out there shredding right now and having fun.
Oh,
Santa
yeah.
dominated.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh boy,
Nice.
it's a lot. It's a lot,
Yeah.
but it's worth it. It's worth every second, because all we have is each other, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's all family, and it really is important that we remember that, because the illusion is that we're separate, but we're all in this together. That's the reality. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful for my team in all aspects. Got the best team.
That's awesome, man.
Absolutely.
Happy for you.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I honestly feel lucky, feel really, really lucky and grateful for what we have right now, and super grateful for the future, man. We got the 2026 season is right in front of us, and it's looking like it's going to be a crazy one with all these moves. Obviously the juggernaut of Tampa Bay Damage and Marcelo Margot is definitely something formidable.
Everyone keeps saying this. We didn't even win the series. Paintball Fit won the series. So
Yeah, but you guys,
they're the
you
juggernauts.
You cannot deny that you guys hit another gear and look really strong, really, really strong. So
Yeah.
that's something that we got to be on the lookout for, obviously. Paintball Fit won the series. Red Legion
2 events,
is
Red Legion, yeah.
X Factor. There's so many dominant forces in the league right now, and we have
You guys.
Impact, of course, and there's so many teams that are going to be like brand
Hurricanes.
new
Well,
opponent. The Hurricanes,
Hurricanes, I think, are going to be big contenders. Like, that's it. Fedorov's is just exactly what they needed, you know?
Uprising.
Yeah,
looks
Fedorov played amazing at World Cup, dude.
He
He's on
played
fire.
amazing all last season.
Yeah, he did.
I think
Yeah.
the first event he
Fair.
was a little off, but from
Yeah.
Atlantic City on, like, And actually, the first two on Friday in Atlantic City, he was kind of flat. But then on Saturday, he turned it on. They went 2-2, and then obviously made it to the finals. Like, and from that moment, man, he was playing like vintage Fedorov.
Dude, beast. I mean, he's never changed. Even when I was with him on Heat, people were saying this or that, but the dude, I practice with him every day, all the time, and I'm like, this guy is it. He's it. It hurts that they didn't get a win last year. They made it to the finals and weren't able to secure a dub. But that boy,
they made it twice.
Boy, I'm telling you, that boy is disgusting on the field.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. He's never wavered in his authenticity of who he is. You know what I'm saying? And when he's primed up and teed up, he's one of the best, if not the best in the world.
I think there's an argument to be made that the supporting cast on the Hurricanes, it will be better than the supporting cast with the Tauntauns. I mean, I know you got Axel over there and he had a great year. Columbo's obviously great, but they had 3 different languages being spoken on the field. Not actually being spoken. We had people from 3 different countries that were trying to all speak English to each other. So you imagine the chemistry couldn't have been great. Communication probably struggled, and they still did so well. And the Hurricanes have a really solid team, just, great team through and through. And so you add Fedorov. I think I'm just saying you can make the argument. That's all I'm saying. So we shall see.
Colombo played pretty good last
Columbo's
year,
disgusting, bro. Yeah.
I ran into him multiple times in 25, and he had his shit dialed in. So
he's disgusting.
Him.
Him and Axel, I mean, they've been playing together for a very long time. So those two on the Tauntauns in Europe, like, it was always those two. It's like for the last couple of years, it's like if you can isolate those two, you have a really good chance of winning. Mm-hmm. But if you let those two like do their thing, they won so many games. And Hugo's coming into his own. I think he played phenomenal this year as well, specifically Cincinnati. He had a really good event in Cincinnati. But LJ, we got to ask the tough question, brother. I got to ask. Aftershock was a stacked team, obviously a team that basically had a core group that had won together. I think it was a pretty exciting thing for paintball when Todd Adamson came back in and was like, we're going to try to build something here with the Aftershock name, which is an iconic. See, dude, this is why I thought we had you on recently, and maybe it wasn't your own episode. I thought we talked about Aftershock with you.
Not with me. I think I went on and did a show with Maddie or Paintball Nerd, dude. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, because I listened to all.
Yeah,
maybe
paintball Nerd.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to find this. I cannot believe
it was. It was Paintball Nerd. That's right.
Yeah, I did a little quick. I think a 30-minute deal.
Shout out to Zizek. Let's go, Zizek.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys came out of the gates firing. There was a lot of really cool content around the team.
Yeah. Dylan Fout. Shout out Dylan Fout.
Dylan is so dope. He is truly so dope. Love the content that he makes and just kind of his unique mind. He's a true artist, which is really cool.
He's hilarious, man. He's so funny.
Yeah, he is funny too. Yeah. But you guys came out of the gates absolutely firing, and then this year was obviously much more of a struggle. What do you think happened? What was the reason for that, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I think when we brought together, or when we came together again and 24, we had a core of players that had played together previously on the Ironman, and that was a 5 to 6 player core, and we had a few additions added during the tryout. So we picked up where the Ironman left off, had a dye sponsorship, and we had relationships and connections with each other that we had carried on even after we had left the Ironman program. So it didn't take very long for us to come together and gel and play well together on the field. And we did have some success and a good year in 2024 to build off for this previous season. And I think a lot of changes occurred from 24 to 25 in terms of sponsorship changes, personnel changes, and just too many changes for us to continue where we left off. It just derailed us a little bit as a unit. And, some of the guys were a little less committed in the beginning of the season than they were in the season prior. So you have that, and some
I think that was
management
the biggest
issues.
factor.
Yeah, that it played it played a part, I'll say, with maybe with two people, I would say, um, two of the individuals on the team, but the rest of us were fully committed the entire time. And it's you everyone wants to point at one thing, right? People try to compartmentalize and make sense of situations, information, but at the end of the day, it's many things. Um, Number one, the first thing that I point to is, myself. Did I execute in every situation properly? No. Um, did I always do the things that I should do in order to succeed? Am I doing all the things that will help us win? Not always. So, speaking for myself, if I conducted myself in that way, then I have to assume the rest of my teammates probably conducted themselves in a similar way. So execution on the field, that's up to us. It's not coaching, that's not staff, that's not, you know, management, that's on us. So, those are the things I can take responsibility for. The rest of it isn't up to me, aren't decisions that I have to make, and ones that I have to live with. So, it's a number of things from management, organization
Of course, yeah.
to just not executing on the field. So
Yeah. I love that you said that. That's something that I say all the time is like, we can plan for everything, but execution, you got to, things are going to
yeah.
change. You got to shift. You got to be malleable, and that is a big key to success in pro paintball at the top level out there. Once that horn goes, all the preparation has to be done. Obviously, you got to study. You got to do the work in the gym. You got to do the work at the field. You got to do all these things. But then once that horn goes, man, you better be ready to play. You better be ready to shift and move and do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah. Yeah, it was frustrating because I feel like with the group of people that we had, we're all close and had really good chemistry together. The group changed and it became a different group. And so it felt like the team was sort of split into two factions during 25. And, you know, I, I'm very disappointed in how we performed because I feel like we had such a great opportunity to do good things
Hmm.
and we just didn't. No matter what external factors are present, um, when you're inside the net, all the decisions are yours. So,
Mm.
you get a bad call, paint breaks, you're not shooting paint straight, equipment failures, all that's going to happen to any team. But the decision making, that is our responsibility. And
Mhm.
we didn't do well with that. So, that's kind of how it
Dude,
went,
I
unfortunately.
I was rooting for the squad. Obviously, when I play against you, I want to win. But as a fan, I was like, damn, I want to see Shock, make a run, and
Ah,
because I love the squad, I love the
Same.
team, everybody that's a
yeah,
part of the organization. And you're right, the
yeah,
talent depth on that squad was ridiculous. But
yeah.
there are always going to be defining challenges and things and hurdles that you're going to have to go through. So for you personally, what was one of the big defining challenges or hurdles that molded you throughout the year that you can carry with you as you move forward?
Just being responsible for myself and doing the things that I have to do to be the best teammate and player that I can be. Do the things that it takes to win. If you're not doing those things, then you're letting the people around you down. Everyone spends time and effort and money and sacrifices with families and jobs and to be a part of the thing, to do the
Mhm.
thing, to play, to practice, and if you're not doing all of those things that are necessary, you're wasting your time and you're wasting everyone else's time around you. And that doesn't sit well with me. That you have to have respect for the people around you and for the overall goal. So I think self accountability is something that is a bell that is ringing in my head after 2025,
Mm.
probably the loudest.
That's the biggest thing you can control, right? Is yourself and how you show up, and the way that you show up usually bleeds into how your teammates show up. Not always. Sometimes you can't get people on the same page, but leading through action, rather than words is always going to be way more powerful.
Yeah, so that's the foot up. Yeah, that's the first step I take, right? That's the best thing that I can do to affect the people around me and the outcome. And so that's what I do first, take accountability, take stock, and improve.
Absolutely.
All right, so it's been 5 years since you've been on the show, and now we're teammates.
Allegedly. I'm going to investigate this. I'm blown away, dude. I'm blown away, because if so, that is insane. But it also makes sense, because I sit here and I'm like, I'm 35. How did that happen so fast?
What's happening?
Yeah, it happens quick.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know. I'm gonna.
Ty, I got to tell you, I tried to text you. Something's wrong with your mic. So.
Oh, is it all right?
It's better when you're on it. Yeah, but for some
Okay.
reason, one of the settings, when you get off back of it, it gets real quiet.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. So, is this good now?
Now it's insanely loud. Yeah, now it's like
loud.
so loud. It
wow.
I don't know what's going on.
Is this good?
It's a little better.
Yeah.
All right.
Rip it.
Regardless, it's been 5 years, and now we're teammates. This is gonna be
Yeah.
great. I'm really stoked to be on the same squad with you, LJ, because you're an absolute dog. You're someone that I've always had to keep my eye on when I'm playing against you. And now to have you as a weapon that can just go slicing and dicing through the field is going to be dope to be around. I'm really excited for the energy, the cadence that you bring to the squad. And I know that you're an absolute threat anywhere we put you on the field. What are you most excited about with joining the squad?
Playing paintball with you, play with Rainey again, playing with Connor again, JC. I mean, all the guys, Dalton, the whole team. I mean, from top to bottom, Bart has obviously, taken care of Impact and that organization so well. It's so obvious from the outside looking in. Being around a person like that is invaluable. That's a relationship that I can't wait to cultivate, and grow. And the way Dave coaches the team, is analytical, information sharing. And that's just, it's super impressive to watch whenever you guys are in the pits, working through situations, trying to understand the field as a group. Has always been very impressive to observe. So to now be a part of that is very exciting. And being surrounded by the players, you especially. I mean, there are certain guys in the league that, watching you play the game it's like mind-boggling. It's like, holy smokes, this dude's like out here playing whack-a-mole and everybody else is fighting for their lives. So having a person like you supporting a player like me is just, that's gonna be so fun. So I'm stoked for that.
Let's go, Bash Bros.
Definitely a great pickup for the squad for Impact.
Yeah.
And you came over with Connor Kelly, which you had a year on Aftershock with as well.
Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for the tremendous support with the PTG show. If you are enjoying these episodes and want to help with the progress and development of this program and connect with like-minded, hungry paintball players, then head on over to ptgpodcast.com, click the orange Patreon link, and become a member of the PTG World Discord chat room. And now back to the show.
Yes, Connor's a great dude. Excited.
Yeah, let's talk about Connor.
Let's talk about Connor. What's up with Connor?
Dude, he's chilling. That boy's working. He's working hard. He's young blood, you know what I mean? He's 23, I think 23 or 24, somewhere right in there. And
he's 22, I think. 22, 23.
Yeah, he might be 23 now, I think, but he's right there, somewhere right in that spot. But he's so young, and he just has so much more in the tank. The boy is hungry. He wants to win. Obviously, he's never won a pro tournament, so that's something that he's very hungry to do. And he's just got one of the best attitudes of anybody you would ever meet. Always wants to help his teammates, be there to support, and really excited that we were able to get both of you. Obviously, the chemistry's there and the work ethic. You're both hard workers, and that's all that anybody could ever really ask for from their players, is that they work really hard and that they care. and I know that we have that with both of you guys. So what was it like running around with Con Man out there?
Connor he is very talented. He's hilarious. He's he's
Yeah.
got he's a clown. I enjoy being around Connor. He is young. It's wild to think about his age, and I remember being that age playing paintball, and it's like holy smokes. I've been
Bro,
around too long, but
yeah, at 22, I
yeah.
mean, I was wilding, going for it.
22 was ridiculous. I actually see some of these kids and it seems like they're out of control. And then I think back to when we were 20 and I'm like, oh man, they're actually doing just fine.
Yeah, they're fine. We were crazy. Paintball was a different time. It was just a totally different environment.
Yes, it was.
It was a party, just a wild West party nonstop. I mean,
no joke.
That's what I remember.
It was. I mean, when I turned pro, it's you're on a team with a bunch of grown men, and they want to like, haze and teach you, and you're like, all right, I guess we're doing this. You
got to get beat up. You got to get beat up once or twice for sure.
Couple eyebrows shaved.
Yep, that's a given.
Zip tied to some chairs. Yeah, there was
anything.
Yeah, it was wild.
Anything happens. But Connor, I'm excited. I was glad for him when he signed with Impact, that he landed with such a good organization with so much talent. And that's what he needs, right? Being in his early 20s, he needs to be surrounded by people that are going to influence his career and his trajectory in a positive way. And I think being around you, Tyler, and around Rainey and some of the different players will definitely help him in that endeavor. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited to be around him. Anytime you're around guys like Connor, it's just, everything's just fun. It's a better time when you're around people that are also having a good time, but also care as much as you do. That's one of the things that it always stressed me out when I was a kid, learning to play paintball, learning the sport of paintball, is not everybody's always as invested as you are. People don't care as much as you do. But I know guys like you, Tyler, and you, Marcelo, you guys care about the game as much as I care about the game. So being around individuals like that is exciting because it means everything to you. So, Connor's definitely one of those guys, and he's a great teammate. He's super talented, and I'm excited to spend more time with him. And I'm proud of the kid for sure.
Me too. Some of the I mean, my cheeks hurt just thinking about playing on Houston Heat with yeah and Ronnie and Connor.
Oh my God.
The amount of fun that we had running around with that crew was pretty insane. So to be back with the Con Man fills my heart, and I'm really excited to see him and you very soon out in Sacramento for the Chalk Talk. It's where we sit around the chalkboard and or the whiteboard rather, but we go over ideas and plans and set intention, all that good stuff. And speaking of big hearts, Rainey, you brought up Rainey. I'm so excited for us all to be together because Rainey has one of the biggest hearts and he cares so much, like you're talking about this game.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Rainey is one of the guys I've always looked up to or watched in the game. He's an intelligent guy. He has a very fast processor. All right. He's quick, and
he's a gambler.
And he's not afraid to take the risk. So I've always respected Rainey's game, his perspective on the game, and how he plays, and having a guy like that on your side is amazing. So I'm over the hills, just over the moon.
He's the kind of guy that you hate to play against, but damn, when he's on your team, that kid is going for it always. He'll throw a quarter in a hopper if he has to. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I like it. Send him out there. Send him downrange. Let's go.
He's the best. So we got a good crew. Excited for the season to start. I mean, I think we're kicking it off here, not too far out. Just a matter of 45 days, something like that. And we'll all be hanging out together. So like we talked about, the work ethic is everything, and holding ourselves accountable, and I feel for, like we were talking about, responsibility and trust and all these things. Divisional teams out there, and especially in a landscape of the world that we're in right now, where it's so hard to trust anything, to join a divisional team and everyone, be like, yeah, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. It's hard to build that naturally. But what would be some of your best advice for division? Because most of the listeners are divisional players, and they have a lot of trials and tribulations that they go through with their camps, with this kind of stuff that we're talking about. So what would be your best advice for them in building, real trust and real culture, and helping to cultivate that kind of energy that it takes to win?
My advice is always the same. I mean, be trustworthy. Be trustworthy. Be honest with yourself. The first thing you have to do before you can do anything is be honest with yourself about your strengths, your weaknesses, and if you can be honest with yourself and you can be self-critical without negatively spiraling, because that's a challenge, then you can improve. And if you can improve, the sky's the limit. If you can improve, the sky is the limit.
Mm,
And
yeah.
just be trustworthy. Be the person that you want to have as your teammate. Ask yourself those questions. Am I doing the right things? Am I being honest with myself? Am I being honest with my teammates? Am I doing the things that it takes to improve myself and to help the people around me improve? Those, ask yourself good questions, be trustworthy, and be honest with yourself. Those are the things that you need to do in order to succeed or improve. And it's as simple as that. It's harder to do. It's easier to say, obviously, but that would be my advice.
I was just going to say, it's so much work. Like if you really take that self-reflective route, it's a tremendous amount of work, and you have to also be open to that and mindful of that reality, because that's really what we're talking about. And not everybody's up for that. Not everybody's up for the work that it takes to do that kind of stuff. But if you really are, and if you really want to do that, and you really want to accomplish those kinds of things, asking those questions is the key. It's the cornerstone. It is what everything is built off of. If you can't even accomplish that, you will never build the house. It'll just stay with the foundation. Maybe you have some 2x4s up, but if you want to build the house, you have to really be self-reflective and be ready for the work that it takes, because those questions are heavy. They're big questions, and they take a lot of work when you really start to move into them. And okay, so I want to accomplish this. Okay, I got to work on this, 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 and this. There's going to be a
Yeah.
lot of things that you're going to have to dive into. So just
Yeah.
everybody out there, do it, go for it, be ready for the work, and embrace it, and have fun with it. That's the most fun stuff. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
And throughout the entire process, you have to keep that in the forefront of your mind. When times are hard, when times are easy, you have to keep those lessons in the forefront and ask yourself those questions, remind yourself of those values, those principles, and adhere to those things. That's the hardest part, is adhering to those things when it's not easy, and that's what builds character and resilience, and just being determined and never giving up. If you care about something, you won't quit. So that would be my advice to the younger individuals in the sport.
That's superb advice. And actually, Paul, Did It Hurt has a great question that kind of pertains to that. He wants to know, LJ, during our previous conversations, your humility was truly remarkable. Can you please elaborate on how you maintain your composure and positive attitude towards referees, even when faced with unfavorable calls? This is a great question, actually, because I see divisional players cost their teams games all the time because of this simple thing, not being able to keep their composure, when things aren't going their way, and, maybe they get a bad call or a call they disagree with.
Yeah, it goes without saying that if you're going to be rude to someone, they're probably going to be rude back to you. Okay, so I mean, that's common knowledge, right?
it.
So
That's
and
dude.
let's think about this guy's perspective for a minute, right? He's got people in the stands yelling behind him. He's standing in the sun all day long getting shot up. Guys are yelling at him, and it's a difficult job to be a ref. It's a thankless job to be a ref. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it
if
really
you piss
is.
that guy off, he's not going to want to help you. It's not that he's going to do anything unfair, but he's not going to want to help you. Okay. That's number one. Number two, it goes back to what I said earlier. everybody, including you, is making a sacrifice to be a part of what you're doing, right? So if you set the refs against yourself and the team that you're playing for, you're hurting everyone else around you. You're bringing the entire organization down because you're making a selfish choice to respond based on your emotions, right? Emotions aren't the thing that you need to be basing your decisions on. So that's number two. You're going to bring the whole team down with you. And number three, on a personal level, it's never served me well to go talk shit or be an asshole to someone. I'm very blessed in life, in many areas in life, and I believe that being grateful for all the opportunities and being humble is the way that I maintain those blessings, and doing the other thing, um, going back down the other side of the road. So I don't personally believe in doing those things just off the top. And obviously there are some common sense reasons why you don't yell at someone that,
Mhm.
you want this
But
guy to be accurate. You want this guy to be, dispassionate in his decision making. You don't want to give him a reason, to
To not make a call or to make a call that's a 50-50
right,
call. Yeah.
right.
I said, everyone's always like, oh, there's this mass conspiracy in football. Look at these bad calls, or no, I don't think so. Maybe sometimes there's some gambling that's being proven, sure. But often it's not some big conspiracy. It's that these refs are humans and they have
They're
personal
people.
reasons.
It's
Yes,
a person.
they're
You're a
making,
person.
yes, exactly. They are
Yeah.
making human decisions in real
Right.
time. And
Right.
they are affected by everything, whether it's their own personal reasons or how you treated them or how you didn't treat them. It's such a, microcosm really of just life. How you treat people is usually how you're going to get treated.
Yeah, look through your own eyes, and
Yeah.
how are you seeing the world, and how are you experiencing life and other people? And that guy is doing the same thing you're doing through his eyes. So, nobody has any special sauce or any secret answers or information. It's just that guy, living his life, trying to do the best he can. Hopefully he's trying to do the best he can. But yeah,
Mhm.
if you piss somebody off, they're not going to want to help you. So that's
Yep.
pretty obvious.
Bingo. Yeah, no, 100%, dude.
Yeah, shout out to all the refs out there working their ass off. And as a player, like speaking on your kind of way to you naturally you're human, so you have emotions. Something bad happens and you want to freak out. Of course, you're like, oh, but to resist that temptation of going that route is another thing that it's a skill that you have to work on. It's because I know it is hard for all the players out there that play divisional and pro, whatever, when these things happen, to not just even me, when it happens to me, the first thing I want to do is go, no way, but you have to resist that, and you have to just have respect for what is, and keep it pushing, keep it moving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it takes time. I think people don't have
we lose them.
no. I'm still.
We got
you
you.
guys got me? Yeah.
Got
Okay.
You got
You don't have people don't have an immediate reason why why it will help or benefit them to not respond in that way. So it's not immediately obvious why responding in an emotional way is going to hurt you or help you in not doing it. And in time and with reflection, you realize when you do withhold and not respond in an emotional way, that it is a good thing, and it's better to respond that way than to fly off the handle. But that takes time. There's an immediate reaction that you have to something, and there's no clear reason why it's bad to not do it in the moment, right? So you freak out, that guy walks away, you don't talk to the ref anymore. He didn't say, hey man, you really hurt my feelings. He just throws a bad call, the next point, or 2 points later. So
it's
Again,
like
it might not even be a bad call. It might be the right call, but a call that they've let go or they've been lenient on,
sure.
in other moments, which is like they can sometimes kind of choose when they enforce the rules. And, and that's in every single sport. Like I've been watching a lot of football lately. I don't know if, you guys have, I know Ty, you, have, I'm not sure if you like football, LJ, but you see calls all the time where you're like, how'd you call that? And then you watch another game and you're like, I mean, how are they not calling that? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't, there's no, you know, it's honestly, I actually watching football this year, I'm like, I think our refs are better. I think they get it right more, maybe. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, you know?
Mhm.
Also, I want to address, we talked about this really quick, enforcing the rules. Everybody saw the clip of Jacob in the first point of the finals where he stepped on the line. And Ty, and I think we talked about this in the GOAT meeting. I don't know if we talked about it on a real episode, but obviously
Yep.
my mind is in a blender because I still think LJ was on less than 5 years ago, and I could be wrong.
It was the
But-
GOAT party, and boy, was
So-
it a party. Yeah.
It was a party.
Yeah. Damn.
So LJ, when Jacob stepped on the line, you know, everyone's, did you see the clip that we're talking about? Yeah. So everyone's like, you know, he was out of bounds, should have been this. Actually, when you look at the rule book, it does say if a player goes out of bounds, but it doesn't define what out of bounds is. It doesn't define if it's on the line or over the line. Where in the NFL, it's if your toe touches the line. But
Mhm.
they have other rules in the NFL, like when you pass the line of scrimmage, if any part of your body is behind the line of scrimmage, you can still throw the pass and you don't get penalized. So it's kind of a blur of what the line is. We have to clearly define in the NXL what is out of bounds. Is it stepping? Like that's not in the rule book. It doesn't clearly define what out of bounds is, if it's stepping on the line or having any piece of your body over the line. So
we discovered that
it's
at the GOAT party.
Yeah, exactly. Because we pulled up the rule book and we're like, wait, let's like actually, because I thought initially, I'm like, damn, he did step out of bounds because he stepped on the line. And then I was like, look, it didn't change the outcome of the play. And actually, my understanding is Jason shot Chavi right before Jacob shot him anyway. But still, even like that inch there doesn't change the play. You know, it's not like it is what protected him. So I feel like the right outcome was there. But regardless, rules need to be, exactly. And so I wonder what it is, you know, if it's on the line or any part over the line, but it's not clearly defined in the rule book, which is interesting.
Yeah, you have to clearly define the rules and then clearly enforce the rules.
Yes.
The rules are only as good as, you know, how they're enforced. If you don't enforce all of the rules and only some of them at some of the time, then it's ambiguous. Then there's no, you know, there's no authority. There's no clear authority on the game. And it's hard to take that seriously sometimes.
What do you guys think it should be,
honest.
over the line or on the line? I think as long as if you touch the line, you're fine. But if you go past it, because you can't go past the line, right?
I think it should be on. I think it should be on. I think it's easier for the eye. Just from watching NFL, I think it's probably easier for the eye to see if you're on rather than over.
Yeah. When you touch paint, you're out of bounds.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's something that we definitely need to move towards defining, because it's pretty important, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. It's very important. It's very
Being
important.
in bounds is important.
Yeah, it's very important. Yeah.
We'll look to have that looked at. There's also a couple more rules, it sounds like, that are going to be implemented for the 2026 season. I think we're going to have Tom Cole on to hopefully chat about some of the developments that are going to be happening for the season. Does anybody
do we have any news on the 4 pods?
I'm not sure what's happening with the paint, with the 4 pods. I know that it was talked about heavily going into the season, but I haven't heard any news.
I mean, dude, you're on the team with the owner. Our team down in Florida, we don't get any information anymore. So how do you not know? You guys are already practicing in the 4 pods, probably.
That's above my pay grade, bro. I go, yes, sir. Where do you want me to go? And I don't ask very many questions, you know.
Fair.
We will find out soon. And like I said, I think we're going to look to have Tom on here shortly, and can help us to break the news, and then we'll tell him about the line. We'll let him know.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a Jason thing for sure. He's going to say that too. He's going to say that's a Jason thing. Okay, Tom. All right. Yeah, Dan, we have some great shows coming up. I know we're going to have Archie on here pretty soon, Archie Montemayor. And then, Tom Cole will be a great one. And this one is an absolute banger. I mean, I can't believe this is your 3rd time on the show, LJ. That's insane.
From my truck. Yeah, 3rd time -1.
I wonder, did he ever come to a GOAT meeting? No. God, it's got to be, man, what the?
You've seen him on the socials, you know? You've seen him around.
No, because it was a conversation. Like I recall being in this studio, you know, which I've only been here 2 years, and like I've just and I feel like it was an Aftershock one.
It wasn't me. I swear it was probably Todd Adamson
No, dude, it was you for sure. So if it was definitely you, 1,000% it was you. And if it was the Ironman one, it was the Ironman one. That's just
I
crazy.
love how sure you are.
I'm just sure that what I'm
Very
thinking of
sure.
was you. I'm not sure on the date.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just sure that what I'm remembering and how I felt about the conversation was 100% you.
Don't worry.
Okay.
But the timelines,
I'll
my
get to the
dates have gotten a little blurry as I get older. I'm not going to lie. Mouse was giving me shit for it too not too long ago because I confused 2008 with something that happened in 2007. Well, sorry, bro. I didn't know what was happening with Aftermath when I was on the Ironman in 2007 when it was 2008. You know?
Yeah. That blends together pretty easily.
So
Those
easily.
years.
That's almost 20 years ago. That's not too far from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the PTG fam, they'll get to the bottom of this. They'll scour.
Yeah, they will. I know.
They'll let you know.
Well, shoot, LJ. Oh, go ahead.
Speaking of PTG fam, we got
Yes.
a bunch of people. They want to sound off and ask you some questions in our Discord.
Yes, sir. All right, Verb. He wants to know your favorite food and favorite place to eat it. Did you answer this question before?
Maybe, but let's see. I think
Maybe. Verb wasn't
yeah.
asking this back in 2020. See, as soon as I asked this, I was like, wait, I feel like he's answered this before.
I don't think so. Well, my favorite thing to eat would be crawfish. So I'll have to say a seafood boil, and anywhere surrounded by friends and family is appropriate to eat that meal. So there you go,
Great
Verb.
answer,
I
man.
think you have the
Love it.
first crawfish answer ever. I don't
Yeah.
know if
Dude,
we've
I
ever
love
done
me some crawfish.
There we go. Hold
That
me
is.
down for the crawfish. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
All right. We got Rounder in the house. Shout out to Rounder. LJ, if you are down to a 2-on-4 from Impact, who's going to be your two? He said excluding Tyler.
I mean, Tyler's you want
Tyler.
Tyler out there. It's like you got a chance if
Dude,
he's
any
out
of the
there.
dogs.
I'm gonna say
dog
Rainey. The last time I was in like a 2-on-3, 2-on-4 situation with Rainey, I let him get bunkered. So I'd want to get that back. Rain Man. I'll go Rain Man. That was after he shot me in the back a few
Dude.
points prior. So
Rainey is the man. He actually bunkers people in the back for money. If you want to get bunkered in the back by Rainey, he'll charge you $500 and you can get run down. So let him know.
What's actually crazy is this is true.
people pay for that.
Dude, LJ, have you not seen? Yeah, so Rainey like posts stories. He comes out to Velocity Paintball, and he's been working with this kid or guy. I don't know. He was been working with this player, and I guess the player wanted him to bunker him so he could practice not spinning and shooting. So he wanted to like look one direction, and Rainey would just come and bunker him on the other side, and the guy couldn't spin. You know, he was like training himself to not react to get a penalty.
And talk about mentality. That dude is one of the best ever. He actually helps us with the tournaments and stuff. And he's a dog.
You know him?
Yeah.
Who is it?
He's a part of our crew. That's our dog.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep him undercover. I don't know if he wants his name out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
all right.
Well, God bless him.
Yeah. He's a part of the crew. And
I love it. I mean, damn, that's like bloody knuckles, but a whole different level. All right.
Traditional training as well, but he was like Rainey, bunker me that way, because a lot of players, you know, they spin like tops. So he's learning not to do that. I think the toughest way possible.
Quite literally. All right, we got Wavy. I don't know how to pronounce this. He's been a goat for a while too. Should know how to pronounce that. LJ, what is one of your favorite, most memorable, unhinged interactions on the field while playing paintball?
Quite a few. But my favorite? It's kind of a weird thing to favor.
It is. It's a fun question. This is a good one.
Yeah, I guess. Here we go. I don't know. Maybe yelling at Nick Slowiak in practice. There was we were playing two spots. Nick was playing the spot I had previously played all practice. And I knew that if a dude came down the Dorito side, our whole team, we were fucked. And you had to play this one spot looking a certain way. And if you didn't play, you left the window open and we were fucked. And I saw Nick go to the spot, look the wrong way, and I'm screaming bloody murder. Nick, we're all going to die. I see two guys get shot on the other side of the field. And I just stopped playing paintball and started screaming at Nick, hitting my bunker, hitting his bunker, screaming at him. and he walked off the field and then immediately got screamed at by Todd Martinez. So
Yeah.
that was a little unhinged, and that was probably the most memorable, I guess.
Hey, it happens, dude. Yeah.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
this is in practice, I would assume, figuring out the layout.
Yes. The tournament, I would say Thomas Taylor, he crawled around. I think I was playing for Infamous, or no, I was playing with Aftershock. Thomas Taylor crawled into our snake, and I was shooting cross field, and his face just appeared like right in front of me. So I dropped my barrel, and I think we were shooting 12-5 at the time, and just unloaded and didn't stop for 5-6 seconds. He's bouncing up and down, dude. That guy's immortal. He's been shot 100,000 million times. He still keeps coming back, dude. He never quits. God bless him.
Oh, so true, man. He's the man.
Yeah.
Thomas is the man. And he's got what a cool story. He's playing semi-pro
yeah.
now with his son. You know, that's
Yeah.
pretty damn cool. And Keith
Yeah.
has been, I mean, he has gotten better and better each season. That kid is going to be a stud if he sticks with it too.
Yes. I remember seeing him, you know, knee high to a grasshopper. Now he's on the sidelines, semi-pro field, talking shit, you know.
Yeah. He's got the same
big.
energy as his dad for sure.
Yeah,
crazy.
getting big, growing up.
So crazy. Well, actually,
So,
Eddie Tomeo and Tiffany Tomeo's sister, which is Tiffany is Thomas's wife. I grew up with Eddie. He's one of my best friends, and still to this day, one of my best friends from elementary school and into high school. So it's crazy that Thomas ended up marrying one of my best friend's sister as well.
Wow.
But it was
Yeah.
we met at
Small
the
world.
field, and yeah, it's just crazy
Yeah.
how we all grew together. And God bless them and their family. One of the best paintball families and families in general out there. And Keith
Yeah.
is an absolute dog. I can't wait to watch him continue to progress into the pros.
Hell yeah.
He keeps with it. There's no reason he can't go pro. You know what I mean? Let's
For
go,
sure.
Keith.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. All right, we got, let's see. Oh, this is kind of a tough one. Center 50. You have to build the Mount Rushmore of paintball. Who you putting on it? Any players, past, present? He even said yourself. You want to put yourself up there? Who are you putting on that Rushmore? That's a tough one. We built it out a couple episodes ago, and
We did. Now everyone loves it. Just exclude anyone here. That always makes it easier.
yeah,
You don't
So what do I
feel
get?
pressure or
5
you know.
players?
that's right.
Four.
Yep,
4.
it
Wow,
is 5.
4?
We only put 4, but it is 5.
Okay. Let's see. I'm
Rushmore's
gonna
got 5 on there.
probably, let's say,
4.
okay.
There's
4,
not
fair
5
enough.
faces on Rushmore.
No.
There's
I
not.
was th- I
They're
was
not
thought it was
adding one?
5.
Yeah, no, it's 4.
I don't know. Probably, I would put Fedorov up there for sure.
Mm.
He's been around for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and slide. Let's see. That's a hard question, man, because you could go back
It is.
and think about all the different eras. So let's say like current era, I would say Tyler.
That's not Mount Rushmore. It's got to be all
No,
time.
bro.
All time.
That's so hard. You can't just expect me to answer that off top like that or really put thought into that. There's so
It
many
is a
We're not
tough
going to
one.
hold you to it. You could change your Mount Rushmore next time you're on the show for
I
the
don't
4th.
Well,
wanna
you know
paint
what?
the pic- I can't
I
paint
like
the
this.
picture if I don't know what it is. You know, I can't just like
Okay.
throw it out there.
So join us in the Discord and drop it in there. We're gonna send you a link, and you could join us in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and join us in
Yeah,
the
I'll drop
chat.
my 5.
It's an amazing. It's
It's
actually.
4.
I just looked and
Drop
it
my
is 4.
5. I just like where Marcelo
It's his
4.
MySpace top 5.
Yeah.
It's like he's golfing, huh? He's like
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
boy.
we'll send you the link
Brother.
after we're done with this, and we'll get you in the chat. It's fun in there. man.
Okay. Yeah. Let's rip.
Sounds good, baby.
Nice. All right. This is the last question from the Discord. It's from Alan Fong. He goes, LJ, congratulations on the big move. What are your thoughts about GoPro cameras that were mounted in some of your matches in 2025? I don't know if Alan knows this. They did 2 separate things. 2024 is when they did the GoPros, which you guys had on top of your goggles for the ESPN thing. And then what they did at World Cup in 2025 was actually the Meta glasses. I don't know if you got to wear the Meta glasses, but
Yeah. I own
his
a pair.
question. Okay, perfect. His question is, 1, as a player, was there any impact of having it mounted on your goggles or in your goggles? And 2, should the MLPB continue doing more of it in 2026?
Dude, I think we should have meta glasses. I think they should incorporate that into the masks, obviously. And then I also think we should have like AirPods. I think we should all have AirPods. I think it would be amazing if I could communicate with all of my teammates clearly, calmly over the AirPod, and other people could tune in and listen to the conversation
I
and
agree
see
with
how
that.
we're diagnosing and breaking down the situation. It's like listening to a NASCAR driver on their comms whenever they're driving, right? You can tune in, see what their
Fully
strategy is,
agree.
right? And then when when you die, then your mic just gets shut off. So I think that would be incredible to have, an incorporation of that meta camera, that system incorporated with a goggle of some sort, and to also be mic'd up to have both AirPods in or one AirPod in and be able to communicate with my teammates on the field and also have people listen in. I think that would be a much better listening experience for the customer, and it would create better communication and in turn better on-field play between the players, because you're not
Yeah.
having the loss of communication. You're not have to try so hard to communicate with people all the way across the field. And I get it. That's part of the experience of the game, and adds to some of the dynamics of the game now. But if you change it and increase the communication with the players on the field, you're only going to see better play and more crisp, concise movements and decision making. So I think it would
Damn.
elevate everything.
Damn.
I agree. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
mic drop right there.
Yeah, that
It's a mic
is.
drop.
Yeah.
I
Can you
also
imagine?
think, I've told Tom Cole this many times, I also think at the beginning and the end of the points, I believe they should have lights on the field. They should have a light behind the start boxes on all four corners and at the 50s. And at the start of the point, the light should change color. And at the end of the point, the light should change color, indicating the beginning and the end of each point to the spectators and the players. Too many times there's audio overlap with other fields, right? And people start at different times, but with the visual, it would not only help people that are audio impaired, but with a visual aid, it would just make it much
we're
more
being-
clear to everybody, right? So that's another
I
thing
love
I
it.
think they should incorporate.
My
It's all about the
dog.
production. It's not about changing the format. It's about working on the production.
Wow.
Fully agree, man. I
Yeah, that
love
was
it.
that was amazing.
And while I'm on that,
let's go. Yeah.
the field, look at the field, look at the bunkers, and look at the players, right? We're trying to highlight the players in the game and how the players play the game. The bunkers are so bright and so colorful. Everything is so colorful, and every player is like a shadow on the field. Right? We got to invert that. We got to make the players loud and the background muted. I think that would also help, illuminate things on camera and make it easier for people to see. But
Well, I know somebody who knows the people that run this stuff, so we might be able to talk to him and maybe
I thought that
get
was above your pay grade. I thought you didn't have that connection. We just went through this, Tyler.
I just said I know them. I didn't said I was asking questions. I just said I know them.
Oh,
I
man.
can't know people.
Goodness
Can't know
gracious.
people
You said,
now?
I don't know. We might be able to talk to them. What are we doing here? You 4 pods? Is it 4 pods, Ty? You guys are practicing 4 pods.
That I really don't know. Truly, honestly, I have no clue.
I know.
I'm just as excited as you are to find that out. And I'm excited for the future of the game and everything that we have cooking up. We have so many great ideas. And dude, can you imagine one of my biggest dreams is to be like a 50-year-old man or 60-year-old man and look at this game and look at the developments that have been made and be able to say, damn, we all built this together. We built something amazing. And look at these youngsters now. Look that young man's making $100,000 this year. That young man's making 150, and he's able to build his life and his family around this game. And he just started a new brand and it's doing really good. You got to check this out. I'm so excited for the developments that we've made. The game is still so new, but with so many hungry people like ourselves here and everybody else that cares so much about the sport, it's destined for greatness and destined for big things. So I appreciate your insights. And, like I said, I know a guy who might be able to help us, develop the game, and Marcelo as well. He's always, cooking up fresh ways that we can make this product more appetizing to the customer, which is exactly what LJ said, right? Got to take care of them. And he blacked
We lost
out.
him. There he is.
There you go.
We lost him. It's all good.
But hey, we want to get you out of that snowstorm. We cannot thank you enough for taking the time to join us here, bro. I can't wait to see you soon at one of our first practices and get this shit going. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be tapped in with you. I'll be calling you, and we'll stay locked in.
Cool,
Thank
man.
you, brother.
Sounds good. Excited. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Of course.
Hey, where can everyone follow you? Let them know the Instagram handle or any other stuff you want them to follow.
LJ Parrish on Instagram. Not very active on social media, so kind of hard to follow. If you want to get to know me, got to meet in person.
That's okay. Rainey has his metas too, so you guys are gonna get the meta action rocking, and we'll get some more content going. Shout out to Rainey. All Access, is that what it is?
All Access Paintball.
Yeah, All Access Paintball. Definitely follow that for more content within the team. And yeah, Rainey's always recording us doing scratchers and just being crazy.
Yeah, can't wait for the scratchers.
Yeah, dude. Be ready.
Fun time.
For sure.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. LJ, enjoy the new year. Listeners, enjoy the new year. Everyone be safe out there. Thank you so much. And we will see you in 2026.
See you in
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Peace.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to the show. We appreciate your support more than you know. As you guys heard about midway through the episode, if you guys would like to support PTG in any way, you could head over to ptgpaintball.com. You could click the orange Patreon link and sign up at any level and get access to our Discord. The Discord is one of the most phenomenal communities in the game of paintball. We have so many different channels in there. It's great for learning. It's great for connecting, finding teams, selling equipment, whatever it is you want to do in there. We truly have it all. And we hope to see you in there. So again, head over to ptgpaintball.com, click the orange Patreon link, and we'll see you in there.